Today, there is a huge amount of various charitable organizations, and in order for people to be able to distinguish us from the millions, it is necessary to make clear understanding of what charity is. Charity means to do good things, but it doesn't mean to have any commercial or some other purposes. In the process of development, experts of Aliev Foundation identified three key areas: knowledge of human comprehension, to increase knowledge about the world, the formation of the image of a happy and strong family. The activity of Aliev Foundation is precisely aimed at the development and implementation of innovative educational programs in the field of universal education. In particular, it is the development of new educational programs. Implementation of these training programs with innovative computer technologies are development and creation of collections of psychodiagnostic systems, distribution of advanced pedagogical experience, development of programs of permanent training of teachers, training and methodological support, organization of consultancy activities, publication of textbooks, continuous improvement of educational process, creation and distribution of collections of educational video lessons. The best experts in the field of education and various sciences are included in a special working group of the fund. These specialists offer to include additional educational courses in the standard public school curriculum. This will contribute to understanding of the meaning of life. It will help to get an idea about the world and human purpose in it. Another aim is to highlight the correct value systems that will give answers in dealing with complex life problems. It is known that man cannot fully exist in the world without learning how to orient in it properly, and the correct orientation in life depends on his or her ability to comprehend the world, combining this knowledge with knowledge about yourself. For every thinking person, there is an obvious relation between such concepts as knowledge of the world and knowledge of self. Knowing self, person accumulates experience and knowledge. It should be noted that only in cooperation with the world, man can know himself. But why people need this knowledge? It's very simple. Without knowing ourselves and the world, person moves by interior in the direction that is set by society, or lives in discord with the same society, infinitely distressed and experiencing failures. We should not forget that person starts interfering into outside world already from the cradle, and the first sensory impressions of it leave a deep impression in the soul of a person. If starting from the very birth, from the first steps, a baby experiences inner peace and love, the following knowledge will be positive. If a baby lacks the atmosphere of love, it will not be able to respect the loved ones and the others, to love the world in which is going to live. When in the family prevails friendly atmosphere, high level of mutual understanding and respect between the people in the household, it contributes to a solid foundation of human morality. Here, much depends on the parents. They are called to teach the children by their own example to love the world and other people and lay the first building blocks of morality. After all, the things the baby acquires in the first years of life creates preconditions for the transition to a new, higher stage of knowledge. Later, growing up, our children inevitably face a system of general education. In studying the subjects such as physics, chemistry, mathematics, students feel a kind of hunger to find the meaning. In this educational system, no attention is paid to the personality of the student. Having a subject practical education in a real school, person can easily explain, for example, why it is raining or snowing, where the river originates and where the flow of the river is, why the sun shines during the day and the moon at night. However, it is unlikely to explain why this or that held to certain events in the life of this person, why reality differs from our vision, what we would like it to be. This is the one of the main drawbacks of subjects' practical education. Learning how to manage a variety of technologies, people do not know how to manage their own lives. Only extensive knowledge of man himself opens hidden secrets, mind, patterns of development and formation of personality. These programs are planned to test in selected secondary schools in experiment mode with a subsequent introduction to the national educational system. When Dalai Lama was asked what surprises him most in the world, he said, "Human. A human spends half of his life to make money, and the remaining half of his life he tries to regain health. There is nothing more valuable than human life. But do we learn in schools, in university, how to live it properly? How to fulfill the life by the most valuable things?" The person is born in the family, but are the modern families perfect?
Exactly in the family, the person is truly open. Exactly in the family, the person is truly free. The paradox of it is that the whole family now in such indefinite situation. Why is that happening? Why is that this, one of the main conditions of human life on Earth, we meet with such serious consequences? And our educational program will not only help you to answer this question, but the most important is by the main people-based approach, we offer you the recipe of building a strong and qualitative family.
Out of the happy families, the happy society is built. But were there any comfortable conditions for the life and person development created? A human being is born into the world in order to get realized in 5 life areas. Well, consequently, it means that the person should be happy to go to work. It means that people should be happy to return to the family. It means that this person should be happy to learn, starting from 3 years old age till the end of the high school. This also means that the person must return to the place of residence and recreation, where comfortable home waits for him, with hot water, heating and other consequences. A medical aid arrives always on time. Then you will fulfill yourself. When you live in a country that you are proud of. What person in the world? A grain of sand. Those grains create a beach, and at the universal outline, the photos of the people bleach. Your act of faith, small work you are doing, already carefully kept. It can be black and white, in color, your life's percepted, with respect. Don't lose your heart, whatever happens, cause after all, you're never late. The greatest things sometimes are hidden in something small until the date. Thanks to our programs, students will learn to manage and develop qualities and potential that are given them by nature, independently determine their way in life, to realize self as a person. We will get a completely new generation of people who can perfectly manage not only their emotions, deeds and actions, but also their lives. Society will undoubtedly get not only excellent specialists who chose profession according to their abilities, but also harmonically developed and morally strong citizens. As I say, the creation of the fund in Ukraine is really very smart and clever move that was made by the people who organize and exercise the program. It may be, well, like the first beginning, the first modest step, which in the future can be borrowed by development of a question of common human values. I would have imagined that it would become a concurrent part, or perhaps even a little base around which something deeper and more widespread is formed. For UNESCO, sooner or later, that will have to create the center and organ of the organization and development of a system of universal planetary formation. Well, this is the seed of the fund, must grow up and develop into the formation of an entirely new world of humanity. I would call it the escalating into a global mindset. Universal friendship between people and nations, into something deeper, the most modern undistorted by any adverse factor, knowledge that everyone in the world will get. There's nothing more valuable than life. But do we learn at school, university, how to live it right, how to fulfill it with sense?
Exactly in the family the love originates and the person can be truly open. Exactly in the family the person can take off the mask.
Our programs will be concentrated on these fundamental issues, social issues, in order to help a person to fulfill his or her life. Today, I want to share all extremely positive traits, qualities that I have received in my life, to share it with our future generation. And my children are in this future generation. What is the main difference between the charities that I organize and those that exist? There is no image. There is sincerity. Oktay Aliev Fund, Passion, Family, World.